Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Giants, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the New York Giants. It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He'll wind up getting two there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Jones. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Throwing Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Watson and the Browns now with a first and 10 at their own 23. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. on third down, it's Nick Chubb. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Jones throw taken in by Cooper here. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 6 and 7 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st down, Watson. He's got his man. It's Pierce. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Chubb on the counter. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They run it again with Chubb. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Jones. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 80 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They run again on 1st down. Chubb gets around him. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage. And we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Watson on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A give running right is Chubb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time they were on guard. Incomplete.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. He's got Bellinger. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Second and 5 now. Watson, complete. This is Mitchell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there just before halftime. 74 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On second and goal, Watson. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
From the 24, Watson dancing to his left. It's caught. Mitchell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And some room to run now. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 135 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 34. And again, it's Chubb. Pushes him over. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Browns will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Jones off the play fake. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw again.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Jones being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Jones.
Quick throw, and he's got Amari Cooper. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Maybe a free play for Watson.
Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell.
And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 64 yards.
And the Browns are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Jones. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big play that time for Cleveland.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Here's Watson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
From the red zone now, Watson.
That's complete to Pierce. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with him for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Browns are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. 23 yards, the final tally.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write him?
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Browns are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them? Break tendency and go play action and go for the big shot.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. They find some open field here.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 41, Jones letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is caught. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 40 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Najee Harris
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.